Lawrence, I want to thank you for speaking with us at Command Opera about your upcoming Barbiere, which is going to be in Seattle. Now, you've been singing Barbiere for some time, and one of the reasons why I wanted to speak with you is because you will be incorporating the bravura aria, Cessa, at the end of this, which is after a really long sing. That's actually quite the piece that you're going to be putting into it. But let's start over at Seattle. Now, you have spent many years in Seattle. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yes, my introduction to Seattle Opera was years ago. I was fortunate to be a member of the Young Artist Program in 2000 and 2001. So my relationship with them is one that's ongoing. When I come back to Seattle, I feel like I'm at home. So I'm definitely happy to be back here in Seattle with my friends and what I call my family, my artistic family.
Is this your first Barbiere in Seattle?
Yes, this is the first time I've done it in Seattle. As you may know, I've done Barbara Seville all over the world, and it's a role that I feel that I know pretty well. I'm most comfortable with it. It's been the vehicle for many important debuts of mine. But bringing this back home to my family in Seattle, my friends, will be a very, very special occasion for me.
Now, this is some cast that's also going to be appearing. Sarah Coburn is Rosina. Jose Carbo is Figaro. I mean, Patrick Caffrizzi is there. Burak Bajili, Sally Wolf. Everybody's going to be in this thing. This is, and you, of course. I mean, I don't want to leave you out. But this is some top-tier production. Now, I understand that Sarah Coburn is also going to be taking some of her work a little higher. Now, is that to match what you're doing, or?
No, well, Sarah Coburn, of course, the role Rosina is performed oftentimes by sopranos or mezzos. I would say it's probably more often seen done by mezzo, but when it's done by sopranos, many sopranos have done it. Beverly Seals has done it. Roberta Peters have done it. Lately, a good friend of mine, Deanna Damrau, has done it with me at the Met. Is one that is often performed by sopranos, and so they make what we call alterations to the role. And so Sarah, who is an incredible singer, I've known Sarah for close to probably 11 years. We met years ago when we did the Metropolitan Opera Council auditions. We were both in the finals. And from there, she also is a former graduate of the Seattle Young Artist Program. And I can say, when we joke about it, we're like brother and sister. We're very, very close. So sharing the stage with her and my good buddy Jose Carbo, who I did this with years ago in Madrid, Burak Bajili, however you say his name, I struggle with it. It's a good friend of mine, and Sally Wolf, who've done stuff before, Patrick Carpizzi, Dean Williamson, the conductor. He was over the Young Artist Program at Seattle when I was here. Peter Cazares, also a friend of mine. So when you share the stage with people who you feel like family, it's not really work. It's not. It's fun. You get to have a good outing, an enjoyable evening on stage with your friends, and you make some people, hopefully, in the audience happy. So we're looking forward to that. And going back to Sarah, Sarah will sing with the bravura that she has. She's a fine singer. I've heard her in the rehearsals already, and what she does with the role is something that I think people will stand up and take note of it because she has something to say. So I think the people of Seattle will be in store for a treat, and I think this will be a very, very enjoyable production.
So rehearsals are going quite well.
They're going well. We've all had a little bit of the sick bug with various things, but everybody seems to be getting healthy now. Next week we're going into the Tech Week, where we're going to the theater today, and so we're going full steam ahead and forward, and everybody's excited about the opening that's coming up.
I'm curious about something. Now, in this particular run, you are performing strictly with Sarah Coburn, but the Seattle Opera is going to be alternating with a second cast, which will have a mezzo in the role of Rosina. Now, when you yourself sing the role of Almaviva with a mezzo, do you approach the role differently?
I don't, because it really doesn't affect me in any way in the score. It's the vocal writing, and I don't have to switch parts or anything else like that. a lot of the changes are what they do in their own arias and the duet. We don't have any duets together, myself and the mezzo or the soprano, so it doesn't really affect. In the trios, they're usually the same because the writing and the vocal range, it is one that both the soprano and a mezzo can sing. So in that sense, no, I don't really approach the role any differently. Of course, with every person that you sing the role with, their characterization, their energy, all the things that they do will probably affect how I respond to them. If there's going to be any change, it'll probably be more of a characterization or an on-stage chemistry thing. The girl you spoke of before, Kate Lindsay, this is also a very fun time to spend with her as well. I knew Kate years ago. She's a great young singer and another
Absolutely.
person. That
Remarkable talent.
Yes, I knew Kate when she was a freshman. We both went to Indiana University, and so we joke about the fact that I said she was bright-eyed and bushy-tailed then. I'm very, very excited about singing and wanting to be a singer, and so to see her all these years, many years later, and that she's making a name for herself and singing in so many important places is really, really nice for me to see. And I told her at the beginning of the rehearsal that I'm very, very happy for her success.
Well, this girl, when people just have the talent, they're going to be there. And Kate Lindsay, what a phenomenal voice. She's another girl who I've been watching. I'm going to be doing further research on her to be absolutely sure. Now let's move on to the bravura aria, Cessa. Now, how did you come across this piece?
Well, the first time, of course, as many people may know or may not know, the aria is not often done. And most people know the tune that is associated with, of course, Cenerentola. People have said to me many times, they've said, oh, no, you're singing Cenerentola's aria. And then I actually go back and correct them and say, well, if you go back and look at the history of this opera, the aria was written for Barbara of Seville. And so I came in contact with this aria, having heard Barbara of Seville before and having performed it when I was given the chance to sing it at La Scala. I was doing the second cast in Barbara of Seville, and the first cast singer was singing Cessa di resistere. So they asked me to also sing this aria. I didn't know it, of course. Upon hearing it, I thought, wow, this is tremendously challenging. And it's one that I feel like since that time, that was 2002, so it's about 9 years ago, that I've grown with this and learned about it, and especially anything that you do more and more often, you become more comfortable with it. So it is a bravura aria. It is one that at the end of the night, as you said before, all this singing that you do before, here at the end of the night, you have this virtuosic aria that I guess some people really don't feel like it can be sung even at the beginning of the night, and you have to sing it at the end of the night after everything else has been done. So what I do, I just kind of try to pace myself through it. I make it my own, and I try to make it say something. I think that it really, truly helps the character. I think people understand that it is something that is a big deal. It's not just something that it's not just walking in time. It is something that takes a bit of tremendous amount of physical energy and a smart singing and a cool head to perform well. But it's one that I feel like, again, that I've grown with, and I'm now comfortable with singing it.
So the air, obviously, towards the end of such a big sing, without question, requires pacing and stamina. Mm-hmm. Now, you said that it adds to the character.
Yes.
And, I want you to tell us just how you find this adds, because we're at the end of the work, and how is it adding, what finishing touches does it give to Almaviva?